Welcome to
Hey
today's
everyone.
Power Up. Yay, happy Friday. Maude, how's your week been?
Yeah, look, thank God it's Friday, huh? This week was eerily like my last week, which was an awful lot like my week before, which
Uh-huh.
was exactly like the week before that. Yeah, funny how that goes. Welcome to Power Up. This is where Trisha Hershberger and I, Maude Garrett, talk about what we've been playing, watching, and reading. But what am I, starting a car?
You got this.
It's guest week. We have a fantastic guest on this week who'll be talking about what she has been playing, watching, and reading. She's a dear friend of both Trisha and mine, you know, from Smosh Games. She is incredible at what she does, and I miss running into her every few weeks out in the wild. It is Mari Takahashi. Hello, Mari. Thank you so much for joining us on Power Up. How are you?
Hello. I'm so happy to see you all. The way that we see each other in 2020.
Hi. It's nice to have you there. How has it been? I know it's a bit, small violin playing, but how have you been coping?
Taking it day by day like everybody, and at the same time, just understanding that literally everybody in the entire world knows what's going on and everyone's kind of going through it together. It's the only silver lining, I suppose, or one of the few silver linings, I suppose. We're all going through it together, and there's a little bit of camaraderie there.
Most
Yeah.
definitely. I've been feeling that for sure. It's one of the reasons I've been streaming on Twitch so much more, because I feel like it's a way to connect with other humans that live outside my household. Nothing against the humans that live inside my household. They're awesome. However, it's so nice to just think like, oh, what's it like in your corner of the world? Tell me about your day and experiences, and, have that connection even though we're physically distanced.
Yo, I feel that. I was never a streamer until COVID hit. I've been a streamer for 2 months now.
So tell us about your streams. What are you doing?
Oh yeah, so I've been doing a lot of I always say, like, let's play a game, but I end up chatting for like an hour and a half. And really it's, to your point, it's just being able to connect with folks all around the world and just kind of have a regular conversation and connect and, remind each other that we're all just human beings trying to figure out life and figure out 2020 as it is and all these things. And I totally agree. There's something very special about being able to live stream and have a connection, live.
Have you been able to make it through, the dreaded, what is that list, the never-ending pile of never-ending games? You know what I'm talking about. I need a coffee.
You mean
Wait,
like the
what is this list?
You mean
Pile
like the
of shame.
Steam library of games that you've purchased and not yet ever played?
Your pile of shame. Yes, the ones where you played it for about 20 minutes, or you're like, oh, I'm stuck, I'm just going to put the controller down, and then you kind of forget all about it. Those games. Have you been making your way through that? Or have you just been making your way downtown, walking fast, faces
I
up
guess
and down?
that's a good question. I think I've been playing, I've been playing older games, but also setting that controller back down again, being like, maybe this is just something I'll never finish, and that's okay. There's perpetual games that I don't know if I'll ever finish. Like, I'm still playing the expansion in Witcher 3, and I don't ever want it to end.
Which
So-
one? Blood and Wine? Which one?
Blood and Wine, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's like, it's so good. I'm
It's
okay
so
that I
good.
haven't finished it, and I think it'll just be a perpetual game that, I'll go back to without feeling like I have to end it.
Yes, I'm in the same with Witcher, especially because it's, hundreds of hours, and it's always so great. What is the spell that you find yourself leaning into the most?
Oh, definitely Agni.
Agni.
Yeah, setting people on fire. Oh my gosh, that one where it's just like, oh yeah, Igni, sorry. Where you
I was
just
like, Agni? That sounds
no, sorry, Igni, yeah, no, fire, and then the shield.
Yeah.
Something with a Q.
I will look it up.
Quick fact check on that one.
Yeah.
While Maude is looking that up, Mari, have you ventured into any other types of streaming besides just straight Let's Plays? Like, have you ventured into IRL or creative or anything like that?
Not yet. I was gonna start doing creative streams like drawing. I've gotten into drawing over COVID.
P.S. Your Instagram and like your drawing over pictures and stuff, I am living for it.
Thank you.
I love it. I love it. I downloaded the app that you said you used to do it once and tried it, and I realized I'm a horrible artist. I can't do it. So your skill.
Dude. No way. You're giving me way too much praise here, because it's just tracing over photos and then coloring it.
No, it's not, because I'm in Trisha's boat. I am, you know what, you can't be good at everything. And when they were distributing talents in the creative realm, I did not get an ounce of drawing or artistry at all. Like, stick figures are somewhat challenging for me sometimes. So yeah, praise where praise is due, and you should be showered in it, because I saw that as well. And that beautiful one with that draping dress, it was almost like your like ball gown. That was gorgeous.
Thank you. It's definitely something new, and it's like it's tied to sponsored posts, but it's one of these things where I'm like, it's gonna continue because I enjoy doing it so much, and I'm doing it beyond just the sponsored posts. And I think that is, the best of both worlds, when you can work with these companies that, all of us have grown up with, and to a degree we're like, oh, there's no way that I'm ever going to work with the Nintendos and the Microsofts and the Sony PlayStations of the world. And, look at us being able to do that. Like, it's incredible. Like, I always go back to, just being really grateful for getting to do what I get to do. And I'm sure, y'all are in the same boat as well. It's like, I don't know if I ever envisioned myself being able to work with these companies that I grew up with. So yeah, very, very grateful.
It's awesome. But yeah, it was an ad for Surface, right?
Mm-hmm.
I learned the hard way, do not try it on your phone with a thumb, which is what I was trying to recreate. The awesome work you do. I'm like, I'm legit on my, I downloaded the app, and then first of all, I realized, oh, the app doesn't trace it and color it for you. Okay, I have some work to do. And then I'm like, and it looked heinous. I am embarrassed. So someday I will send you my fails.
So while you were talking about that, getting to work with companies like Nintendo, etc., I got a flashback. Back in Australia, I was like some pseudo sort of ambassador for the Nintendo DS and all of the Nintendo games that came out. And I found one of the ads that I wouldn't mind playing for you, but I want you to hear my overtly Australian accent. I don't know how to play it properly, so I'm going to do it through here and put it on big screen. Here's a gameplay segment.
Radio is a pretty exciting job.
Look at Maude!
World. I find myself on a plane all the time. But the good thing is I have two things with me always, a good book and my Pokemon Black and White in my DS. I would have started playing Pokemon on the Game Boy back in 1995.
I got the year wrong. It was 97. Anyway, that's more.
Maude, I do not think that overtly Australian accent sounds much different than your current overtly Australian accent.
I've got two things, a good book and Pokemon Black and White. I've been in this country for too long. My accent has definitely simmered down. Oh, sorry.
So good.
I love it. I love it. Mari, do you have
I was gonna say, y'all are just veterans in the industry. I'm just, so cool to be here.
Says the co-founder of Smosh Games.
Okay.
Okay, yes. Mari, do you have a brand that you have not gotten a chance to work with that's on your bucket list?
Oh man, a bucket list? Maybe Tesla? But I don't know why. It's just like, I think for like the badge of it, it's just like, oh yeah, I got to work with Tesla.
If you got to drive all like the highest range cars and like do those test drives, that would be sick.
That would be awesome. Especially being able to be like on a track or something. I've never done a track day before, And so being able to take like Teslas on the track, that just sounds super badass. That would be fun.
That would be really fun.
Where they put a VR headset on you and they mapped out the track, but you actually drove a car in real life, but you could only see the game version.
Oh, it was the VR Mario Kart thing. Is that what you're talking about?
I think so.
There was a VR Mario Kart version, and I remember all the discussion around it was like, would you actually do this? Because it was, you were driving a real car, or I think it was I think it was like one of those like electric powered car tracks that you can go to, but with a helmet on, so you weren't seeing anything in the physical reality that you were driving in, so you just had to trust that the VR you were seeing matched up with your physical space accurately.
Crazy.
Right. And I was up against Zach Levi, and we were talking so much smack, so much. Like, I was like, I'm going to take you down, but there were 4 of us. I get overtly competitive. I get really competitive. I'm the youngest of 3. I have 2 older brothers. Like, it was game on, mole. And I was so confident, and I went so fast, and I was erratic with the whole thing, because I was like, yeah, why not? Not my car. And I nearly took out like a $2,000 light, where they were like, stop! And I was like, sorry, and kept driving.
Because you can't see anything. But I remember the cool thing about that being that they had it so, like, if you hit another driver with a red shell, if we're thinking about the same thing, if you hit another driver with a red shell in the VR, it would cut off the electricity to their car and slow them down for a while.
Way.
So it was like actually being able to play Mario Kart in real life if you could get past the fact that you couldn't see anything.
Yeah, this
That's
was just
awesome.
Yeah,
And you
I
were
love
playing with Zachary Levi, like Shazam Zachary Levi?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's awesome.
And he's just like, I don't even care about this whole thing. All I want to do is beat Maude. And I was like, all right, buddy. And so I made it a point, and he came in 3rd place, and I came in 2nd.
Dang. Dang.
You're right, not competitive at all, Maude. I could never see it, I think. So, Mari, how are things in quarantine for you? What's a typical day for Mari look like right now?
Let's see. Well, Monday through Wednesday, I'm working on a new show called Speedrun on Quibi. And so thank you. So yeah, I'm working on that on those days, everything from interviewing people to doing on-camera hosting, writers meetings, things like that. The best part about the show is the fact that I get to interview folks that I may or may not have ever like come into contact with in the gaming industry. Just really, really fun, from game developers to community members who are doing really, really amazing things. And we've got a great one coming up, talking to somebody named Ebonic Sims, who's really, really big in the Sims modding community. And she started modding because she wanted to see more representation in Sims and really things that represented her. And so, at first she wanted to dashiki, so she made that and she learned how to mod that. And then more and more members in the community are like, well, I want hair that looks like mine. I want more curls, and I want more crimp, and I want, more shades of color that look like me, because as much as EA, and Sims is all about trying to simulate yourself in real life, there's still a lot of problems when it comes to diversity and being able to make yourself. So she's doing a lot of good stuff. So yeah, I'm really excited about the show, and that's Monday through Wednesday, and then the rest of the days is streaming and catching up on social. And I seem to pack my day off days with stuff because I don't know how to set boundaries for myself yet. And I'm like, yeah, I want to do this. And so I just continue to do that. But yeah.
How are you liking shooting from home? Like as soon as you logged on, everyone's like, your set just looks beautiful. What is it like sort of like working from home and having a set? Because I know that was like the biggest challenge. And you and I had a big conversation about like shooting from home life and the demands of it. And, when audio doesn't work, you're the one that has to do everything again. So
For sure.
many times. How have you been finding it all?
The team is really, really good. They they have all these fancy overlays on the camera that they sent me that shows my audio level and how it looks and all these parts of the camera that I have no idea about. Trisha probably could figure everything out, but it's all of these like nooks and crannies of the camera that I've never seen, like what a LUT is. Anyway,
Yep.
they
I know what a LUT is, from Martin Wong, actually. I know what one is for Martin Wong.
There you go.
Mhm.
So yeah, they have a producer who watches my takes, and they're like, do it again, and maybe with this influx and whatnot. And so it's been really great working with their team, and the team is Polygon. They're absolutely awesome and kick ass. As far as shooting from home, I've been really enjoying it because I really only have to like get dressed like halfway up, and like other than that, I'm in either yoga pants or like pajama pants, and you can't see anything. And I'm in slippers. Getting to wear headphones is great because it covers half of my head, and so you can't see my 4-inch roots, and you can't see that I have done my hair like half-assedly, and I'm not hating it as much as I thought I would hate it. And the room keeps getting leveled up. I love talking about this wall. $69 from Home Depot, taped onto the wall, literally with tape.
It looks so good.
It looks like a dinosaur egg, and I think that's why I'm like loving it a lot. I feel like I'm just gonna like, yeah.
And what's the neon sign behind you, Mari? What's that say?
Oh, this says the grid, and this is a neon sign from Peter and I's old office that we used to have, and we used to call it the grid, and it was just like an inside joke. Very like the whole aesthetic of the place was very Tron-like, so we had a lot of like neon lights and all that stuff, and so we called it the grid. So it just sits on the floor because I don't know how to put it on the wall.
Yeah.
Really? So it just sits on the floor.
Everything you see is leaning against something in my backdrop. But I'm going to get a new one soon because I'm moving in a bit, so who knows what it'll look like then.
Ooh, dude, get
with me.
Get this wall.
Maud's coming with me. That smile is fake. She's actually
Yay.
kidnapped her.
I know. I need to get my cutout back from Steve and put it like right over here in front of the door. I feel like that's the part that's missing something right now. Although my camera's a little off. It should be a little less door and a little more PC. But still, I feel like
how to get this Maud to talk so that she can actually fill in for me for
perfect. Work. You know what? Yeah. You should use her as your stand-in, because one of the things that is hard for me, I don't know if it's hard for everybody else, one of the things that's hard for me when I'm shooting at home is focusing my own shots. Because inevitably, my camera's 6 feet away from me. I cannot go gadget arm 6 feet just to stand in place and focus. So I have to I use Jessica Rabbit. I put Jessica Rabbit on my gaming chair, run behind my camera, try to focus on Jessica, and then move Jessica back, and then I sit and just hope for the best. And I still get comments on all my videos that people are like, your focus is a little off. And I'm like, well, I don't know how to do it any better.
Yo, we should come up with the top 10 struggles of content creation at home that people never think about. That's gotta be. That's
sat on my microphone. So I've got it right here. This is my microphone. So it has a second out part that I clip on, and that's it listens to it. But I'll put it next to me down here out of shot. And if I excitedly lean, I will turn my mic off and not know and continue to record the show. And then when I upload, they're like, you only have half of the segment. And I'm like, no. Eyes on the thighs. That's what I've learned. But also, fun fact, I don't think I've ever shot a fresh daily with shoes on.
That's true. I haven't worn shoes in 120 plus days, I think. I just no shoes ever. And most days I'm with you, Mari. Most days are pajama pants. It's I got dressed from here up.
Yep. Yeah, it's an interesting thing because especially for, women on set, our wardrobe hair and makeup is this whole like ordeal that needs to be like, oh, do we have eyes on this? And you know, like you have a little crinkle, so you have to check yourself and all this stuff. And it's just kind of like, I don't know. It's not that it's like shoved under a rug right now, but I think everybody just understands, you know, and we're in a world where, you know, I know it doesn't exist anymore, but like the John Krasinskis of the world are making YouTube videos that look like they're made from home because they are, you know, and there's slightly it's not perfect. You know, Josh Gad has like the full Lord of the Rings cast on a Zoom call, and some people are, you know, like jagged 8-bit, but they're still talking, and it's totally fine. Like,
and shout out to Josh Gad, by the way, because if anyone who's watched Reunited Apart, A, he's an amazing host, but B, how many angles does he film his intro from? Because every 3 words he's swapping to a new camera. And it's so impressive. As someone who knows what that takes, I'm like, sir, hats off to you.
I got another fun fact as well for anyone who is watching Fresh Daily on Quibi, and that is, I'm pretty sure Wednesday's episode. Look a little closer because you can actually see my mascara has run and 2 dots are here and here because I had a little cry before the shoot, and no one was there to fix my makeup afterwards, so I did the whole shoot with ruined makeup from having a cry. Yay!
That is real, dude. That is real.
Yeah.
That is very real. Well, Mari, thank you so much for sharing with us your filming at home tips and techniques and just a little bit of a window into what life looks like for you right now. You are awesome. In just a moment, we will get to your PWR to find out what you're playing, watching, and reading. So everybody, make sure that you stay tuned, and we will be right back with more Mari.
Don't go anywhere, especially you.